What's going on, y'all? This is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. And this is just a quick video following up to my previous video on the FEMA assistance for those affected by Hurricane Milton. So in my application, unfortunately, I was denied. So the denied claim was about 3 or 4 days ago, and it looks like they're citing ineligible because I reported no damage, and I think it's based on there not being any actual damage to the apartment that I'm at. Personally, I feel that I should have been able to be approved for some form of assistance since I answered I did not have power for over 3 days. And in addition to that, I had to throw away all of my perishables in my fridge, freezer, and deep freezer. In addition to that, I had to drive to order food as opposed to cooking at home because of this power situation. And of course, there were some other miscellaneous things that caused me to spend more money as a result of the power and other circumstances surrounding the hurricane impacting me. But I digress. If you were denied like me, which I'm sure there are many of you, you are able to do an appeal through their appeal process. Alright, so it states here, if you disagree with FEMA's decision, you have 60 days from the date on your decision letter to submit a written appeal. Your appeal letter should include the explanation as to why you feel FEMA's decision is wrong. So your appeal letter will help the appeals officer better understand your situation. Essentially, it adds more context to the situation and new or additional information about the specific category of assistance that you are appealing. All right. Now, keep in mind, calling the helpline does not constitute an appeal. You need to make a written appeal letter to initiate the appeal. FEMA will review your appeal letter and make a ruling, usually within 30 days of receiving your request. You'll be notified in writing of the decision. Just make sure when sending the documentation that you include your full name, date of birth, address, disaster number, and registration ID number. That's found at the top right-hand corner of this screen. I have it blocked out, of course. In addition, your letter must be either notarized, including a copy of a state-issued identification card, or include the following statement: I hereby declare under the penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. You must sign the letter. If someone other than you or the co-applicant is writing the letter, then a statement must be included saying that the person may act for you. Now, in addition to that, make sure that you're sending the written correspondence headlines by FEMA, P.O. Box 10055. That's Hyattsville, Maryland 20782-8055. You may also fax your request at 1-800-827-8112. Now, what I noticed also below here, there's a list that contains helpful information about what documentation you will need to submit to FEMA for an appeal. Selecting an item from that list will take you directly to the information for that item, or you can view the entire document. And I clicked through here, it pretty much gives you an idea of the different documentation, copy of documentation that you may need. So in this example, say there was something medical. You can use the documentation and examples here to help support your claim on receiving the funding that you should have. So go ahead and jump on this as soon as you can. As you can see, you're not the only person that's going through this process with FEMA right now. The reality is you can only control what you can control. So put your best foot forward, try to be as concise as possible when completing that letter, and send that off to them. Many of you really need that help, so I really hope you're approved, but send that appeal. The worst they could do is say no. As always, I appreciate support. If you found this content helpful, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how's the situation going on your end with the FEMA assistance. Getting closer and closer to the end of the year. I hope everybody's doing well, and if you're not, I'm wishing you a great rest of your year for the last quarter. Peace, love, blessings. Take care. Be safe out here.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
Because this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, I come to conquer.